is up, everyone? Hold on one second. I got my YouTube playing in the other tab. I need to mute this. All right, we're back. Welcome to today's live stream. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to talk some Scream 7 theories, and we're celebrating my 2-year anniversary of my channel. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. I am relying on my headphone microphone today, so let me know in the chat if you can hear me good. But yeah, we're going to talk some Scream theories as always, and whatever else we want to get into. And we also might end up doing a little bit of a ranking as time goes by. But we have 23 people here right now. Thank you so much. Before we get started, before I get to the chat, I really just want to say thank you so much for the last 2 years. It's been insane. So much fun. I love making videos for you guys. I love talking about Scream with you guys. And I'm just so grateful. And I just recently hit 15K, which is unbelievable. And I'm well on my way to 16K. I should get there in maybe like a week. I'm assuming you guys can hear me good. No one has said otherwise in the chat. So let's get started. We have Thomas here. Welcome. You said, I'll be missing the live stream, unfortunately, but I was wanting to say Matthew Lillard said he may or may not have blood on his hands in Scream 7 during a question he was asked. So I did hear about this. I saw this on Twitter, but I haven't seen video footage of it, so that's kind of why I haven't done a video on it. I don't know. I saw it quickly on Twitter, and I didn't really see anything else about it. Wait, hold up. Thomas also said, we don't see you in the screen. Can you guys see me? I can see myself. But yeah, I heard that Matthew Lillard said this. I haven't seen video footage, but this is exciting, you know? Most of us here think that Stu's alive. There's a lot of people out there who think that he's not, and he's coming back just for like a flashback or a hallucination or the whole AI theory. I think he's alive, and obviously Matthew Lillard can't say if he is, but if he did say this, that is very interesting. Hey, RJ, thank you so much. You can't see me. That is so weird. Hold on, let me try to... Can you see me now? That's so weird because it's showing me that I am on the screen. Let's see here. That's really weird. What the hell? That's so annoying. It says my camera's on. And I know I see all you guys in the chat saying you can't see me. That is so weird. Let me... looks like it's working. Can you guys see me? Yay, okay. That was so weird. My settings were fine, but I turned it off real quick and turned it back on. All right, let's give this another go. I apologize for the technical difficulties. My laptop's been bugging out lately. Let's see. If Stu and Roman is coming back, we all know Stu is coming back, but how Roman? He got the headshot. Plus, if he comes back, does that mean Nancy, Billy, Quinn are alive because they got a headshot? No. So, in my opinion, Roman is definitely dead because, like you said, he got shot in the head. And the franchise always emphasizes a killer can always come back unless they were shot in the head. So when it comes to Roman, I think he's a flashback or a hallucination or the whole AI theory that people are running with. I personally would prefer him to be a flashback, but I definitely don't think he's alive. Stu, on the other hand, I do think he's alive. And I see you also asked about Dewey. I think Dewey's a flashback, you know. He definitely is dead. So certain characters I think are just going to be flashbacks. I think Stu could also be a flashback, but at the end they're going to reveal that he's alive. Hey, Oliver. Hey, Lego. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Ghostface. Hey, Harvey. Thank you so much. Hey, Climinator. Hey, Jamie. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Khalifa. I have a theory, and that is Kirby could be a Ghostface because she might be Stu's daughter. So I also have a theory that she could be a Ghostface, but I don't think there's any way that she could be Stu's daughter because she was born in 94. So, I mean, he would have had to be like a teen dad, which I guess is possible, but I don't think they're going to go that route. But I could see Kirby being a Ghostface. I have some theories on the channel about this if anyone wants to check them out. Hey, Russell. Yes, please. Everyone who is here right now, give the stream a like. I would greatly appreciate that. Definitely helps out the channel. We have 46 people here right now, so thank you for being here. Thank you, Nero, for the super chat. But it looks like we fixed the issue. That was weird. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you to everyone who has been here since the beginning 2 years ago, and also thank you to all the new people. It's insane. Hey, I'll be right back. I am so excited for Scream 7. I haven't been doing a lot of Scream videos. I'm sure you guys have noticed because I just feel like at the moment there's not that much to do videos about. You know, we haven't gotten any updates. Filming ended. You know, I've done every theory under the sun on the channel. So I've kind of just been focusing on like Dexter and Yellowjackets for the channel right now, just because those two shows have a lot going on. But, you know, I always love talking about Scream in these live streams. But I'm going to try to brainstorm some more Scream videos because it's been a while since I've done one. Hey, you know, I am good. Thank you. I hope you are too. Thank you so much, Jamie. Is Scream 7 delayed? No, it's coming out February of 2026. I've heard rumors that it might get it might release sooner, but I don't know. I feel like that's just a rumor floating around Twitter. So as of now, it's February 2026. Hey James, welcome to the stream. Hey Slackwolf Vampiro. Hey Sebastian. I mean, we know that Stu, like Matthew Lillard, is in the cast for Scream 7. I'm thinking that it's possible that in Scream 7, he could just be a flashback, and then he doesn't reveal he's alive until the last second to lead us into Scream 8, which I would like because I want as much time with Stu as possible. So we'll see. I also would love for Scream 7 to end on a cliffhanger like that. So that would be cool. Hey, Wednesday Adams. Hey, Denisha. Saw a horror movie this last weekend. It was the new Snow White. I had a free cinema ticket and still feel robbed by Disney. Yeah, I heard that it's bad. I don't know. I don't really plan to see it. Thank you again, Jamie. Let's see. Hey, Chocolate Ice. I'm just seeing all of your messages about how you couldn't see me. Ghostface did not get me. I am alive. Hey, King Matthew. Thank you so much. Hey, DJ. Thank you, Yuno. Did you get your hair dyed? I did not. Maybe just it's the lighting. It looks different. I don't know. Scream 5 and 6 had the worst ghost faces. I would probably agree with that. I love Screams 5 and 6, but they can't compare to the first 4 that were directed by Wes Craven. I definitely think 6 had the worst ghost faces. You guys know, I'm not a fan of the Scream 6 reveal. Guesstimate on how many unveiling we may have for Scream 7. I feel like it's going to be the most we've ever had because I do think that there's going to be a cult. So I feel like besides Stu, we might get like four other ghost faces. Or maybe there's going to be even more because I do think that the cult is really big. I want to see it be nationwide, like across the country. But that doesn't mean that we're necessarily going to spend a lot of time with all of these ghost faces because there's just not enough time in the movie to get to know every single one of them. But I've said before, like, I could definitely see Sidney at home watching the news and hear about these ghost face attacks that are happening throughout the country. But I'm hoping that along with Stu, there's like 4 other ones. Because, I'm into the whole cult theory. I think Roman is hallucinations and Dewey is flashbacks, and Roman will help Sidney in 7, sort of like Billy in 5. That's interesting. I don't know. Like, would Sidney hallucinate a Roman that is like trying to help her. I don't know. I could see her having like a scary dream with him, kind of like she did with her mom. Um, I'm hoping that we get a flashback with Roman and Stu. Like, I want to find out some information that we didn't know before. Um, so maybe Stu was Roman's secret partner in Scream 3. I would love that. Hey, Melissa. Good, Jamie. I'm glad to hear you are doing much better. Sam can't be Billy's daughter. Her age doesn't match up to his death. They are very precise when mentioning years and ages in 5 and 6. I mean, I think it matches. Um, Christina got pregnant during the events of the first movie. Sam's birthday is May of 97, I think. So Christina got pregnant in like September, like during the events of the first movie. Um, yeah, I think it matches up. I will say, I feel like 5 and 6 do get some things wrong when it comes to the timeline. Like Tara's birthday, I think we see her hospital bracelet and it says that she was born in like 2002, which if Scream 5 takes place in it, so Scream 5 came out in 2021, but I think it takes place in 2022. Either way, that would make, if she was born in 2002, that would make her too old. That would make her like 19 or 20 when she's still in high school, so she should really be 17 or 18. I don't know, but I think Sam's age adds up. Anyone taking pre-movie bets on how the movie will turn out and if the movie will follow the Scream format of the franchise's past movies? We should do, before the movie comes out, we should do a live stream like that, like, you know, with our final predictions and like placing bets. If Stu is alive and Ghostface in 7, maybe we get a scene where he visits Billy's grave to try to regain his memories, because maybe he got memory loss from the TV. That would be interesting. There is too much coverage that borders spoiler territory. I know what you mean. Um, a lot of people, some channels are putting out like spoilery stuff, which I don't really like to do. I haven't done it lately. Um, yeah, some videos by other people I'm just not choosing to watch right now. Breaking. Cotton Weary confirmed alive by Liev Schreiber's dog in Tell All interview. I would love to get a Cotton Weary flashback. Like, you know, there's rumors that Lynn McCree is going to be in the movie. Don't know if that's true, but it would be cool to see Maureen in like a flashback to her murder. We've talked about that on the channel before. I did a theory video on it. What if we get Cotton in a flashback? I know that he has expressed that he's sad that his character died in 3 because he never knew that, you know, they'd still be making Scream all these years later. Everyone wants to be a part of it. Everyone who was a part of Scream at one point wants to come back. I mean, Drew Barrymore said this like a year ago. She was like, oh, you know, Casey Becker could be alive with some good writing. Anything is possible, which I don't think that's possible. Casey Becker is definitely dead, but we could get a Casey flashback too. I mean, if Roman can be in this movie somehow, Casey can also. Hey, Clementine. Yeah, I heard Snow White is not a great movie. Melissa is alive. Weaker season thus far, but the crazy storyline delivers. I think Melissa is alive as well. If anyone here doesn't know, we're talking about Yellowjackets. Um, yeah, I think Melissa's alive. I have a theory video on my channel for this. I think it's going to be Hilary Swank in the next episode. What if the girl bullying Sidney in the bathroom in 1 was Stu's sister? I guess it could be possible, but I've always just kind of assumed that his sister was away with the parents. We know that his parents are away, like on vacation or something. So I'm thinking either she's younger and she was away with them because they couldn't leave her alone at home, or she's older and she was like away at college and that's why she wasn't there at the party. Any new updates for us, the Stu crew? Well, we were saying earlier in the stream that apparently at a convention that just happened, Matthew Lillard said that he was just filming Scream 7 and he may or may not have blood on his hands. Don't know if this is true. Like, I haven't seen video footage of this. I saw someone tweet it that he said this, but I haven't seen actual proof. So that's kind of why I haven't done a video on it. If it comes out that a fan got a video of this, then I'll definitely cover it on the channel. Scream 6 was a good movie, great finale, weakest reveals. I agree. Great movie, love it, love to rewatch it. You know, I love the setting for the finale, but like you said, those reveals were pretty weak. I remember leaving the movie theater and being disappointed. Yeah, it's a shame. Maybe that movie was rushed, you know? It came out only 1 year after 5. Maybe they needed some more time to perfect it and get it right, which is why I'm happy that Scream 7 is coming out a while after Scream 6. And, you know, they've done script rewrites and things kept getting pushed back. So I'm confident that it's going to be good, you know? They're giving it the time that it deserves. We have a super chat from Russell. Thank you, Russell. You said, what would you think if Stu and Jill are working together in Scream 7 and we need a big twist? Joel McHale is Ghostface. I'm calling it now. I would love it if Stu and Jill are working together. That's honestly like a dream come true for me. Stu's my favorite Ghostface. Jill is definitely in my top 5. After Billy and Stu together, Jill's my favorite. So, and I am a fan of the Jill is alive theory. I've talked about it a lot on the channel. I'm more of a fan of Stu being alive, but if Stu and Jill are working together, I think that would be amazing. Will they do it? I don't know. I feel like they might think that bringing back 2 Ghostfaces is too much because you guys know so many fans already have a hard time wrapping their head around Stu being alive. So for Jill to also be alive, they might think that that's like overkill. I personally would love it. Like, imagine they hit us with Stu and, you know, our minds are blown. We can't believe it. But then they also hit us with Jill. Like, I would literally have a heart attack. I would short circuit in that theater. So yeah, I would love this. Joel McHale as the Ghostface, I could see it happening, but I don't know. Will they do it? I feel like, you know, the whole love interest thing has been done before. the first one was Sidney's boyfriend, and then Scream 5 was Sam's boyfriend. Will they make it Sidney's husband? That would be really dark. Like, imagine Mark Evans is playing this long game. Like, does that, if he's Ghostface, does that mean he's been planning this the whole time that they've been married? That would be crazy. Like, she married this man, started a life with him, has kids with him. That would be the ultimate betrayal. Are they going to put Sidney through that? I don't know. It would be a crazy twist. Thank you so much, Russell, for your super chat. We have another one from Nero. Thank you so much. You said, do you think Scream 7 will be a longer film, like almost 3 hours, to fit everything into the story? I hope so. I would gladly sit through a 3-hour Scream movie. I would sit through a 5-hour Scream movie, which they would never do. But yeah, I'm thinking that Scream 7 might be the longest one in the franchise. We know that Scream 6 was the longest. It was just over 2 hours. But we also know that Scream 7 has this massive cast. All of the casting announcements, it's insane. It's like 20 people they've announced. So to spend enough time with all of these characters, I could honestly seeing it be at least 2.5 hours. I feel like it has to be. I hope so, especially with Stu coming back. Like, once they reveal him, we got to spend a good amount of time with him. They can't just bring him back for like 10 minutes and end it, unless he survives and they carry Stu over into Scream 8, which I would love. But yeah, I can see Scream 7 being 2.5 hours. I hope it is. Thank you so much for your super chat. Let's see. I need to catch up on Dexter, but I am following along with you for Yellowjackets. Nice. Yeah. I feel like with Yellowjackets, you have to be caught up because the internet spoils the episodes like an hour after they come out. So the episode's supposed to drop at midnight, but for some reason, it's never available for me until the next morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I do not go on my phone until I watch the episode. Hey, Wrestling God, thank you so much. I think Scream 7 is going to be great, and Stu is going to bring it back to its rightful glory. I hope so. I think he will. What do you think happened to the Stab movie that was being filmed in Scream 3? Did it ever come out? I don't think so. Yeah, so I tweeted something about that a couple of months ago. Like, what version of Stab 3 did they actually get? Because the one that they were filming, everyone died. I mean, obviously, there was a version of Stab 3. I think in Scream 4, when Rebecca is talking to Gale, and Rebecca asks Gale, how long have you and Dewey been married? And Gale says 10 years. I think Rebecca says, oh, just like your characters in Stab 3. And I mean, we know that they're up to like Stab 8 from Scream 5. So we got some version of Scream 3, but I don't think it was the version that they were filming in Scream 3. We have another super chat from Nero. Thank you so much. You said, what if Kincaid and Sidney are divorced and Tatum is their daughter and Sid's other kids are with Evans? I am not a fan of this. I've heard a lot of people say that. I feel like for her to marry two different Marks, that's a little crazy. Obviously, it's possible. Like, Mark is a pretty common name, but I feel like they wouldn't do that, especially with the fact that Dempsey is not going to be in it, I feel like they don't really want any ties to Kincaid right now. I suppose this is possible, but I just think it would be a little ridiculous to have her have kids with two different marks. I don't know. Thank you so much, Nero, for all of your super chats. Thank you, Climinator. Do you think Sidney in Scream 7 will have a dog to mirror Scream 3? Maybe. I mean, if she has kids, you know, oftentimes families get dogs. So it's possible. I know this is Scream Talk, but what did you think of the kills in the last Yellowjackets episode? The blood dirt scene was pretty disturbing. Yeah, Lottie's insane. I thought it was good. I loved it, you know? These girls are crazy. And we knew it was coming. Like, these people, I'm trying to be careful how I say it in case anyone here, like, doesn't want to be spoiled for Yellowjackets, but those people, like, we knew that they're not going to survive. They're not going to make it. I have a prediction that Christina was one of the girls in the video store scene where Billy is talking to the girls while Randy and Stu have their conversation about the suspect. Yes, I've wondered that because, like, obviously Christina Carpenter was not a character that existed back in '96. So at the time, this girl in the video store wouldn't have been Christina, but I do think it's possible that the creators of Five, you know, went back and watched the first movie for some inspiration and decided to build off of a background character and make Christina. So I do think it could be the girl from the hallway at school whose name is literally Christy. I did a whole video on this. But I've also theorized it could be one of the girls at the video store because Billy's in the horror section. And we learn in Scream 5 that Christina loves horror movies. So, could be possible. I love the whole cult aspect, and that will give us Screamers a better opportunity for more sequels. And I'm sorry, I love Scream 5 and 6, and 4 are my favorites. Yeah, definitely with the cult, like, that could set up future sequels. 4 is my favorite sequel. I love 5 and 6 too. It's just, I don't think they're as good as the first 4. Sidney has a vision of Roman in a dream and has a look of confusion, wondering who he is, then remembering he was the director for a stab, and less importantly, her half-brother. I could definitely see her having a scary dream. Believe Randy also somehow appears. You talked a tape that Dewey may have left. Yeah. Yeah, so I would love to have Randy return. Maybe he left another videotape. Maybe it's a flashback. People always say, how is it possible? Because Jamie Kennedy looks so different now. But I think as long as he cuts his hair, shaves his beard, and they DH him and throw a filter on it, they can get away with it. You know, Jamie Kennedy recently said that he was going to get a haircut, and that made me think, like, oh, maybe he'll be in Scream 7, but he still hasn't gotten a haircut, and filming has wrapped, so I don't know. How's the Harry Potter books going? Have you taken the Sorting Hat quiz yet? I have not taken the the Sorting Hat quiz yet. I have made some progress in the first book, but I took a break because the new Hunger Games book just came out and I wanted to read that. So I I'm halfway through the first Harry Potter movie, but taking a break to read the new Hunger Games book. My prediction is Scream 7 will have a better opening weekend box office than Snow White. Absolutely, without a doubt. Cotton Weary is the most underrated character. I personally don't really care for Cotton Weary. I know a lot of people love him, which I don't blame them. I understand why people love him. He just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. There is room for a Casey flashback. Totally. I think we could do flashbacks for mostly anything. Hey volleyball dude. Dexter Resurrection starts soon. Yeah, so we're almost done with March. Then we have April, May, and then it starts in June. We don't know exactly at what point in June. Could be late June. Hopefully, it's early June, but yeah, it'll be here before we know it. They are well into filming. I like the theory of the Yellowjackets crashing on a mining site and that Lottie's dad owned the mine. Maybe the reason he apologized to her for Shauna was because he was involved with the crash somehow. And maybe they even argued about it all at the top of the stairs, causing Lottie to fall. It's unlikely he caused the crash because why would he want to kill his daughter? But something bothers me about it. I am with you. I think something suspicious with Lottie's dad. I do have a whole theory video on this. I feel like we haven't seen the last of her dad. They can't have a bunch of flashbacks in Scream 7. That would not slap. I personally would like to see it. Flashbacks is something that has never been done in the franchise before. And I think 7 movies in is the perfect opportunity. And I've said this before, like Kevin Williamson, he used to work on the show The Vampire Diaries, and he loved to do flashbacks and creative ways to see dead characters again. So I'm excited. I hope there's some flashbacks. I kind of wish Scream 7 was a straight up prequel, like it's all 1995. You see Stu dating Casey, you see Sidney and her parents, that type of thing, but that would cost so much money. I would love to see that one day. I hope there might come a day where they explore prequels. I mean, this franchise makes so much money. They might want to squeeze as much out of it as they can. I've said before, I would love a TV show where every episode they give like one episode to every Ghostface or Ghostface duo. So we'll see. Maybe one day. Hi, Climinator. Do you think Dewey was maybe the third killer in one? Because there's a scene where after Sidney's chase, he has the ghost face mask on his face and scares her with it. Yeah, so I don't think Dewey was the killer, but there was a time where I did entertain the thought, because it's like, how did Dewey get there so fast? Sidney had just called the police upstairs, and she runs downstairs, and Dewey's already there. That's kind of suspicious. Um, and I'll be honest, before Scream 5 even came out, it did cross my mind, like, what if they do something crazy and reveal that Dewey has been the mastermind from the beginning? I don't believe that. I think that's crazy. Um, And I think a lot of fans would be upset because Dewey's like this pure, innocent character, and we love him. And you know, I wouldn't want to see him as Ghostface. Do you think Sidney's husband will be Ghostface? I think it's possible, but I don't know. Probably not. I honestly see him dying. Um, I think, you know, it's going to take a lot to get Sidney to really want to seek out revenge. I honestly see her husband dying rather than being Ghostface. My movie theater had actual audio issues, so I could barely hear the reveal in Scream 6. I thought Bailey was Tara's dad when she says dad. Yeah, I've seen a few people say that when that they thought that he was her dad because of the way she like is she because she says dad because someone called one of his kids, Ethan or Quinn, calls him dad, and she goes dad. So a lot of people assume that Bailey was Tara's dad. It was Gale Weathers that located the shrine in Scream 6, right? What if she got that info because she's actually a part of the cult after Dewey was killed? That is interesting. I don't think she is. I feel like there was a time where it could have worked with Gale being Ghostface. I don't think 7 movies in they would do that. Um, I mean, to be fair, in Scream 6, they do say something like, what if one of you snaps from all of the trauma? You know? Maybe it is possible that losing Dewey could really send her off the edge. I just don't see them doing it. Jill and Stu could really happen, so be prepared. I wish. Jill is my favorite Ghostface along with Quinn so far. Nice. I love Jill. The only thing I like about 6 is the Jason reveal and the shrine. My ranking is 1, 3, 2, or 4, depending on my mood. 5 opening. Yeah, Woodsboro, Dewey's death. 6 is last for you. Yeah, I feel like I can't really decide if my least favorite is 6 or 3. Um, it's tough for me to decide. I think if I had to pick one to watch right now, I would rather watch 6 over 3. Yeah, I'll take a 3-hour Scream 7. They should do a Yellowjackets season showing the teens' lives right after the crash. I think that is where we're headed. I think season 4 of Yellowjackets is going to be the post-rescue timeline. Because we know we're getting closer to when they get rescued. We know that they get rescued in the wintertime when there's snow. And currently, you know, we're in October for Canadian Thanksgiving. But we do see in the trailer for season 3, we are going to see them in the snow again. So I think this season is going to end with the whole Pit Girl and Antler Queen scene. And it's going to end with them, people finding them and them getting rescued. And then I think season 4 will be the post-rescue timeline. But I do think we could still get flashbacks to the time in the wilderness. So we might have 3 timelines going on in season 4. Um, I like the idea of Ghostface chasing Gale on live TV in Scream 7. So do I. That would be cool to see. There's been rumors that it could happen, but when it comes to those rumors, I don't know if it's just one fan came up with the idea saying that they would like to see this, and everyone's kind of running with it, like saying that it's going to happen. I don't know, but I would love it. Feels weird that they would release Stab 3 after the director murdered some people, including the actors. Yeah, I wonder how long they waited. Like, did they resume production immediately, or did they give it some time to like be respectful? It wasn't because if you remember, Gale dies in Stab 3 because she has a meltdown of "I get killed in Stab 3." Well, don't they say that there were multiple versions of the script? So I think in one version she gets killed, and in another version she's the killer. I don't know. Joel could be Stu's cousin. It's possible. Like, imagine he's working with Leslie, because you guys know I think Anna Camp is secretly Leslie Macher. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate this. Hey, Paula. Welcome to the stream. Do you think Billy moved to Woodsboro from Hollywood in high school? He probably knew Roman from Hollywood. I feel like Billy lived in Woodsboro his whole life. Obviously, we don't know for sure, um, but I feel like he did. And I mean, we know, or at least we think, that Billy's dad used to work in Hollywood as um, a lawyer. So, what if Hank knew Maureen in Hollywood? And what if they got together there? And he he kind of loved her and he followed her to Woodsboro. I don't know. What do you think about the fact Angelina was confirmed to be from Woodsboro? I mean, I think it would have been cool if it was revealed in the movie. Like, wasn't it going to be revealed that she went to high school with Sidney? If I guess, is that still true if they chose to not reveal it in the movie? I don't know. Hey, Donald, thank you so much. You also said something I've always wondered, how Billy asked Stu to help him commit murder. That's a good question. I would love, like we were saying earlier, talking about a prequel. I would love to see the moment they decided to kill people. Like, I don't know, were they already just watching horror movies, like, for literally for fun, and then Billy says to Stu, what would be really fun if we do this ourselves. I would love to see that scene. To be honest, I don't want there to be more than 3 ghost faces in any Scream movie. If they do a cult and a complete nobody is a ghost face, it wouldn't keep Ghostface special, masked and unmasked. Um, so I mean, when it comes to Stu's cult members in 7, I do hope that they're characters that we get to know throughout the movie. Like, you know, Sam Reckner's character or Asa Gurman's character. I hope that one of the friend group, someone from the friend group or someone that we spend time with ends up being in Stu's cult. And it's not just a complete nobody. Some of them can be complete nobodies, but at least one or two of them have to be people that we've spent time with in the movie. Otherwise, it's like, who cares? I also never understood in Scream 2 how Gale never knew Mickey was a former killer because she's a reporter. So she would have been on his crime scenes and she did report Maureen's death, I think. Um, I don't know. I mean, Mickey was probably never caught. I imagine whoever he killed, he got away with it. I don't know. I wonder why wait till February when they're already done filming. I don't know. I've said before, maybe it has to do with other movies that are releasing in theaters. You know, if because movies do plan their release way in advance. So maybe when they were looking at the schedule of when they should release, they saw like this big movie's coming out this weekend, this big movie's coming out this month. So they had to, wait until there wasn't really a lot of or another big movie coming out at the same time. I would love it if Scream 7 came out this October. It's a perfect month for Scream since it's around Halloween time. I agree. I would love that. We've never had a Scream release during the fall, really. And because Scream 7 is set in the fall, I would love it. Any news on Kirby's spinoff lately? No, I have not heard anything for a very, very long time. I don't even remember when I initially put that video out about her spinoff. I feel like it was almost a year at this point. I feel like it was sometime in the last summer that was the last time we heard about it. I don't know. I really don't even know if it's official. Like, we first heard the rumor about it, and then it seemed to be kind of confirmed because it was on Production Weekly, which is like a credible site. But, we've never heard anything after that. So I really don't know if it's happening. I also love The Vampire Diaries. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, which is so funny because Kevin Williamson made that show. But I have never rewatched the finale since it first aired. I constantly rewatch The Vampire Diaries, but every time I get to season 7, I like give up. The second half of 7 and all of 8 is like boring to me and not good. I remember really enjoying the finale. I think the way that they wrapped it up was good. So I want to get through season 7 and 8 so that I can rewatch the finale again. But it's tough. Like, I sit down, put on an episode, try to watch it, and it's rough. Hey, Heichel Hires. Thank you so much. I think Scream 7 is going to be full of flashbacks and it'll be a big part of the movie, and I want that. I agree. Yeah, the first 4 seasons of Vampire Diaries are so good. I personally absolutely love the first 3. The first 3 seasons are absolute perfection. season 4 is when it starts to kind of go downhill a little bit, but I still love it. And then once it hits season 5, like, it's really not that good anymore, but 5 and 6 are still tolerable. Once it gets to 7, I'm like, ugh, let me restart at season 1. I never knew Judy was Ghostface. She's not. She should have been. She would have been a good one. Yeah, no updates for the Kirby spinoff. It's too obvious for Sidney's husband to be Ghostface. I kind of agree, but at the same time, maybe that's why it's not. Maybe that's why it would be unexpected, because everyone's like, they're not going to do that. But if they actually do it, we would be shocked. Is it true that 7 is getting a delay? Because Beyond the Mask just posted a video right now saying that it could be delayed. Is this true or false? I don't know. I haven't seen the video. Everything, there's just so many rumors that float around. I really don't know. I heard that it could be pushed forward, like it could come out sooner. But again, that's just rumors. Thank you, because movies. Yeah. Um, I mean, hopefully, I don't want Scream 7 to be pushed back. If God forbid it gets pushed back, hopefully it's just like a week or so, you know? I could deal with that. Hey, Kenny. Nobody talks about how smooth Billy's catch was when he caught the voice modulator when Stu threw it to him. He even caught it with his left hand. Impressive. Stu killed Dewey and Gale's boyfriend. Nothing will ever convince me that it was Amber and Quinn. I am right there with you. Um, yeah, I have tons of videos on this on the channel. If anyone here has not seen them and wants to check them out, I do think this is going to be revealed in Scream 7. I think we're going to find out Stu was the one who killed Dewey, which that could be the flashback we're getting. Maybe that is why David Arquette is in the movie. Maybe they're going to show like an extended version of Dewey's death and show that Stu killed him. I hope so. Hey, SMS. Thank you so much, The Shape. After watching Anora, I'm not doubting Mikey Madison's combat abilities. I started watching Anora. I haven't finished it. It's a long movie. It's over 2 hours. I started it like 2 nights ago, watched the first hour, and then I resumed it last night, watched another 30 minutes. So I still have the last 30 minutes to watch. Stu is the shadow Ghostface master. He kills when you think it's another Ghostface. I'm definitely a fan of this. Well, I definitely think for 5 and 6 for sure. But he also might be secretly in all the other sequels. I did a video on this about a month ago or so. Like, where has Stu been for the past 30 years? That is a lot of people's issue. Like, why did he wait 30 years to come back? But what if he's been there this whole time, working in the shadows, not revealing himself, so that he can continue to get away with it. I don't know. Gale Weathers is gonna get it by Ghostface in Scream 7. Stu's gonna finish the job. I think it's possible. I could definitely see Gale's time being up, and if anyone's gonna kill her, it should be Stu. Finish what he started 30 years ago. In Roman's reveal, we see the footage he showed Billy. Maureen and Hank don't actually kiss. What if she was just meeting him as a lawyer? That's an interesting thought. Imagine, like, imagine we find out that Hank and Maureen weren't even having an affair. So all of this, everything that Billy started and everything that's happened for the past 30 years has really been for nothing, really. That would be crazy. I mean, it is always about going back to the original and finding out something we thought was true but isn't true. That is actually pretty interesting. Oh, right, and you just said the same thing. Hey, Keon. The trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines is tomorrow. The official account confirmed. Are you doing a reaction? Ooh, I did not know it was dropping tomorrow. Maybe I will. Um, I'm currently working on a Yellowjackets video, so we'll see. I feel like I do feel like I have to rewatch the first 5 Final Destinations. I've seen all of them. I am a fan, but I'm not nearly as like obsessed as I am with Scream. So I feel like there's so much in those movies that I don't even remember, like, the past characters. I mean, this one is called Bloodline, so I think we know that there's going to be some connection to past characters, which I feel like I need to rewatch all of the movies. A lot of good horror movies coming this year. It's been a good time for horror movies the past couple years, I feel like. I love Damon, but I can't find it anywhere to watch it again. The Vampire Diaries is on HBO Max, so if you have that, you can watch it there. I also love Damon, but you know who I love more? I love Klaus. Klaus is the best character, and I also love the originals, the spin-off show. Yeah, maybe I'll have to watch a Vampire Diaries episode tonight because I need to get through it. I want to see the finale again. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Stu is alive. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a channel member. If anyone else here wants to sign up to be a channel member, the link is down below in the description. And I guess no Kirby, no contract of being in Scream 7. I feel like if she was going to be in Scream 7, we would have heard about it by now. I don't know. It's not looking good for Kirby. I mean, if the spinoff show is happening, maybe that's why she's not in 7, because there's already so many people in 7. And especially if she's going to get her own spinoff, there's just not enough time for her in 7. Hey, Mason. What did you think about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I remember liking it at the time. It came out a while ago, like 3 years ago. So I feel like I don't remember much about it. I have a terrible memory when it comes to things. Like, if I only see it one time, I don't remember things. That's why I'm a constant rewatcher. Like, I know so much about Scream because I've seen it 100 times, maybe more. um, but yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I've only seen once, but I think I liked it. Why would Amber say Dewey cried like a baby when he was dying if it was Stu? I mean, I like your idea. It's intriguing. I think Amber was lying for Stu. I think Stu is a cult leader. He's not ready. In Scream 5, he wasn't ready to reveal himself yet. So as a cult member, you're going to protect your leader. Stu probably told her, like, tell everyone it was you because I'm not ready to reveal myself yet. That's not the plan that we're going with. Yeah, so Vampire Diaries is on HBO Max. Originals is free on Amazon. It's free with Freevee through Amazon. So there are ads on it, but as long as it's available to watch. There were two boys in Himbrey's office being admonished. I think one of them was the one running down the hallway in costume, and the other was the one who attacked Sidney in the restroom. I definitely do think one of them was in the hallway. I feel like that's what they get in trouble for, being insensitive, pulling a prank. Um, but who was the one who attacked Sidney in the bathroom? I don't know. A lot of fans do think it was a prank because the following, as she runs out of the bathroom, the following line of dialogue is from the newscaster who says, in a series of pranks. But I've always said, I feel like it seems very aggressive for a prank. I don't know. Nice. You're on season 3. You're almost caught up. Let's see. Notice how in the shrine in Scream 6, we see Stu's red robe that he wore in the original, but we don't see his sweater. I get not every little piece would be there, but it's still very interesting. I completely agree with you. I've talked about this on the channel since day one, the past 2 years. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my first ever Stu video. If not my first ever one, then I definitely mentioned it in my 50 Stu clues. And I did do a separate video for this pretty recently, like a month ago. Yeah, the sweater that he supposedly died in isn't in the shrine. Yet Billy's t-shirt that Billy died in is there. Why wasn't Stu's sweater there? Because he didn't die. He left the scene wearing the sweater. I would like to make a confession. I'm Team Stefan. That is so funny. I From the beginning I was Team Damon, but I don't know. I feel like the older I get, when I rewatch it, I'm like, Stefan was probably better for her. But honestly, let's be real, neither of them was good for her. She she really should have been with a human. Like, she wanted to be human. She never wanted to be a vampire. Um, I know everyone hates Matt, but she probably should have just been with Matt. So as far as which one's better for Elena, I think I am Team Stefan, but I prefer Damon. I like Damon and Elena before they actually get together. It's more of like the tension between them that is intriguing. And then once they're together, it's like, all right, this is kind of boring now. Yeah, we gotta do some watch parties. Is Originals on HBO Max also? It is not, unfortunately. It is free on Amazon, so there will be ads when you watch it. I love Bonnie and the Vampire Diaries. Bonnie and Damon should be a couple at the end. I love Bonnie too, and I so wanted to see Bonnie and Damon get together. I actually have a tattoo for Bonnie. I have a feather here. It might be hard to see, but I got this because of Bonnie, because the whole scene with the feathers. I love Bonnie so much. Are you excited for Megan 2.0? I am. I really enjoyed the first one. What's your next stream video going to be about? I don't know. I really haven't been brainstorming. It's probably going to be about Stu. There is a Stu video that I filmed literally over a month ago that I have not edited or posted yet because things just got crazy with Dexter and Yellowjackets where I just did not have the time to get this Stu video up. But I am thinking about posting it soon. But we'll see. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out 6 years ago? What the hell? No way. 2019? Oh my god. Time flies. That's insane. I don't like that. Imagine Kirby got confirmed for Scream 7 while you were streaming. um, that would be crazy. I would definitely be excited, but it would be nowhere near the feeling that I felt when I found out about Stu while I was on a live stream. That was insane. Hey, Oliver. Member for 1 month. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. My Scream 7 theory. Let me see. Sidney's daughter is the killer, and Stu shows himself at the end to set up Scream 8. I don't know. Will Sidney's daughter be the killer? I feel like that's a little crazy. That would be super dark. I mean, it would be quite the twist. I would be shocked if they did that. But I feel like it would kind of be similar to the Jill reveal. Like, Jill was her cousin. Sidney knew her whole life. Obviously, I do think it would be a way bigger betrayal for it to be her own daughter rather than her cousin. But I don't know. Would they do that? You know things. The bathroom scene was Billy. I think it's possible. I still think their best bet is the new Nightmare route. I don't want this for Scream 7. I don't think it's happening. I feel like they would have had to be upfront about it from the beginning because so many people are expecting a continuation of the storyline. I would like to see New Nightmare one day, but not yet. We got some things to wrap up first. Have you ever seen the VHS horror movie franchise? I have not. I know a lot of people like it. Um, I I'm not a huge fan of found footage, so that's why I haven't seen it. But I heard they're good, so maybe I'll have to give them a watch. Do you remember the Vampire Diaries season 3 opener titled "I Know What You Did Last Summer"? I do. Season 3 was so good. Getting to know the whole originals family. Oh, season 3, amazing. Vampire Diaries was good the first few seasons, became bad when they deleted people and brought them back 2 minutes later for every character multiple times, lost its effect. I get what you're saying. I personally love to see the return of a character, um, but I get it. To be fair, Matt was more invincible than all the vampires. He really was. You know what? Like I said, so many people hate Matt. I don't think he deserves all of the hate. I kind of like Matt. Justice for Matt. In your opinion, what is the scariest scene in the Scream franchise? Honestly, probably the Maureen dream that Sidney has in Scream 3. That's pretty scary. Who's your favorite character in Yellowjackets? Hmm, maybe Teen Natalie, played by Sophie Thatcher. I also like Teen Van. I really liked Ben. Probably one of those three. I know the original idea is quite old, but do you think the Stu's cult storyline is loosely based on Stu's or Matthew Lillard's real life online fandom, people like us? Hmm, maybe. I could see that being the case. I definitely think people like us have made this happen. Like, honestly, I feel like we've taken over the internet. What was the title of the live stream you were doing when you found out about Stu? Let me see. What day did we find out? I think it was January 30th. Let me try to see here. If you can find out what day the news broke. Yeah, January 30th, we found out that Stu's coming back. That seems like just yesterday, but it was months ago at this point. Um, yeah, so the stream was called Scream 7 Mayhem, and it also says January 30th live stream. Um, I call it Scream 7 Mayhem because that was also the day that Roman Bridger was announced, and I was already losing my mind. And, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then they hit us with Stu on the same day, and the news broke while I was on live stream. Like, it's at the very end of the live stream also, if you wanted to just fast forward to that. Like, I had been streaming for an hour, and I was getting ready to log off anyway. And then everyone in the chat was like, Stu's back. Matthew Lillard's confirmed. What's going on? And I literally was like, are you guys trolling me right now? I thought you guys were messing with me in the chat. And I had to Google it. And it was like official on deadline. And my heart was beating so fast. I immediately logged off the live stream. I was like, guys, I gotta go. And I had to like do some laps around the block because I was just freaking out. And I remember I did not sleep for like 3 days after that. It was really hard for me to get to sleep at night because I was just so hyped up. And immediately after the live stream, I quickly filmed an update video. It was only like 3 minutes long because I wanted to just get something up on the channel. And I did not sleep that night. And then the next day, I put out like some theory videos. Insane. Still can't believe it's real. Sometimes I forget that it's real, that like Stu's coming back. Anything is possible, though it is a Scream movie, so they gotta have a big twist. We need that shock factor again, like the original trilogy. Anything is possible these days. That's true. I mean, we do have to be shocked. That's literally all that I asked for from these movies, to be shocked. So when it comes to like her husband being the killer or her daughter, even though a small part of me like doesn't want that to happen, I still would be shocked if it happened. So maybe that's a good thing. Yes, I love True Blood also. It's such a good vampire show. Um, I mean, when I was like in middle school and high school, I was in a big vampire phase. Like after Twilight, I was obsessed with Twilight, obsessed with Vampire Diaries, obsessed with True Blood. I yeah, so I rewatched True Blood every single summer because to me that is a summer show because it always aired on HBO on Sunday nights in the summertime. So I always put it on in the background in the summertime. I also read most of the books. There are a lot of True Blood books. I didn't read the whole series, but I read a lot of them. I had at least like 8 of the books, but I recently gave them away. So I don't have them anymore. Um, Matt in the Vampire Diaries was the human element in the show, only one with no powers, only one the audience was able to relate to in the end. You lose the audience when everyone had powers. Yeah, he definitely was the human element. It's so funny that, like, like you said, the audience should be able to relate to him, but everyone, like, hated him. I don't know. Oh, yeah, Misty. I do love Misty. It's hard to pick a favorite. You should do Vampire Diaries, Originals, and Legacies theory videos soon. I have thought about it, but I didn't know how many of my viewers liked the Vampire Diaries. Clearly, there's a lot of you here right now in the stream. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I can even think of any theories. I don't know if it's that type of show. I feel like if anything, I could do something with like all of the parallels. Like, there's a lot of parallels in those shows. Um, Maybe I'll do something. I don't know. It might not be a theory video, but maybe I'll do something. Hey Lou, love the Dexter content. Thank you. The Stu vids. I guess I need to start watching Yellowjackets. I don't even know what it is about. You have to. You won't be disappointed. It's about this group of teenage girls in high school. They are on a soccer team. They're on their way to nationals in a plane, and the plane crashes. But most of them survive the crash and they're stuck out in the wilderness for a long time. And we also get to see a lot of them as adults because a lot of them do survive in the wilderness. So the whole show is, you know, going between timelines of them as adults and seeing what happened to them as teens in the wilderness. I promise you, you'll be hooked from the first episode. Just give it a try. Jasmine Savoy Brown is in it, so you know, if you like her as Mindy, maybe you'll like her in the show. And I do so many theory videos on Yellowjackets, so you know, if you like my Dexter and Stu videos, you'll definitely like my Yellowjackets videos. I feel they finally listened to us on Stu coming back. Yeah, I feel like we made it happen, honestly. If it wasn't for all of us on the internet, like saying how bad we want this, I don't know if they ever would have done it. There's obviously also a lot of people who don't want this, but I feel like there's more of us who want it to happen. Demi Lovato needs to be in a Scream movie in the future. I loved that her music video for Scream 6, she was like being chased by Ghostface. I feel like that's such an old school thing to do where that doesn't happen anymore. Like when artists make songs for movies, back in the day, they used to do music videos that like had characters from the movie in the music videos. Like for Scream 3, they did the Creed song, What If? Dewey was in the music video, and so was Ghostface. I love that. Why don't you take out a video about your Scream merch? Yeah, I don't really talk about it a lot on the channel, but I do have some merch. If anyone is interested, the link is down below in the description. I have Stew Crew. I have t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, crew neck sweatshirts. I think I have stickers if anyone wants to get a sticker to like put on your laptop or something. Um, all different kinds of colors as well. So if you're a Stu believer, maybe you can get a Stu Crew sweatshirt or t-shirt. I also have Team MACHER. So for Stu, I have Stu Crew and Team MACHER. But then I also have Team LOOMIS, if anyone prefers Billy. I made Team LOOMIS because Billy says this in Scream 5 when Sam is like talking to a hallucination of Billy. He says Team LOOMIS to her. So if anyone is like a fan of Billy and Sam, you know, this one might be for you. But I got the Stu Crew and the Team MACHER. Definitely gonna have to wear this to the Scream 7 premiere or when I go see it. If we ever get a Mrs. Loomis or Mickey confirmed return during the live stream, I might genuinely pass out and be speechless with excitement. I wouldn't be that excited. I definitely would be. Like, I would be confused and be like, what the hell is going on with this movie? But nothing will ever top finding out about Stu. That was just insane. It didn't even feel real. It still doesn't feel real. How many books are in the True Blood series? I don't know. Let's find out. 13. I probably only read like 8 or 9 of them. Let me see here. I'm trying to see which book covers I recognize. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I think I read 7 out of 13. Did you ever see Grace Randolph say she heard there's a lot of flashbacks in Scream 7 and Jill's returning? I don't know who Grace Randolph is. But I've heard rumors that Jill's returning. I don't know if it's true. I would love it if it was true. Have you ever seen the show Santa Clarita Diet? I have seen it. I'm super bummed it got canceled. It stars Timothy Olyphant and Drew Barrymore. Yeah, and their chemistry is incredible. Yeah, it's so funny. They were both in Scream, and their daughter in the show is played by Liv Hewson, who is in Yellowjackets. And she, in Yellowjackets, she, has scenes with Mindy from Scream. So she's worked with a lot of Scream actors. And now Joel McHale is in Yellowjackets, who's obviously going to be in Scream 7. Yeah, Santa Clarita Diet was a great show, and it got canceled. Like, what the hell? How many seasons were there? 2 or 3? Either way, not enough. If Ghostface called you, do you think you could beat his movie trivia game? I don't know. It depends. Like, there are a lot of horror movies that I haven't seen. So if it was like the questions that Casey gets in the first movie, yes, I do think I could beat that. But like the questions that Kirby gets in Scream 4, I feel like I probably wouldn't pass. What's the girl's name that was with Tyler in the Vampire Diaries? Her name was Caroline. Have you seen Heretic or Companion? If so, what did you think? Yes, I have seen both of them. Heretic, I wasn't crazy about. Like, it was a good movie, but I don't know. It just didn't keep me that intrigued. It took me a couple days to finish it. I didn't watch it all in one sitting. Companion, I loved. I really loved Companion. Sophie Thatcher was great in it. She was also good in Heretic, but I don't know. Heretic was kind of boring to me. Jack Quaid was so good in Companion. So were all the other actors. Yeah, I loved Companion. I would definitely watch that one again. Horrors galore. Thank you so much. Yeah, like Heretic was a good movie. It just, I don't know, it wasn't really for me. What if you found out that you're a vampire? I used to want to be a vampire so bad. Um, if if I had the opportunity, if Damon Salvatore or Klaus Michelson or Eric Northman wanted to turn me into a vampire, I wouldn't even hesitate to say yes. Hey, Craven, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who is here right now. We have 59 people here. I appreciate all of you guys for sticking with me for the past 2 years. Insane. I'm just looking forward to growing even more. Thanks, Lou. Yeah, I do have to get a Ghostface tattoo. I know I told you guys when I hit 15K, I would get a Ghostface tattoo. That is still the plan. I'm probably going to get it like next month. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Russell. I don't, we were just talking about this. I don't really think her daughter would be a killer. Um, it definitely would be a crazy twist. Like, I wouldn't really see it coming. I would be shocked. So we'll see. Oh, Grace Randolph is a YouTuber. I've never heard of her. I mean, I would love for Jill to come back. Thanks, Paula. Thanks for being here. Someone once said the franchise should have new characters, but none of them are related to the originals, which would be boring. I prefer the old. What do you think of my Scream characters created? I'm not aware of whatever Scream characters you're talking about, but I personally I love when characters are related to characters from the originals. I know a lot of people don't like. Some people want to move on and like get some brand new people, but I don't know. I love that Sam was related to Billy. I love that the twins are related to Randy. I like when there's always some kind of connection to the original. If you could beat any Ghostface in a fight, who would you choose? I would choose Amber or lazy, dumb, overrated Ethan. Yeah, I probably would pick Ethan or Quinn. I feel like they're the weakest Ghostfaces. They were so unsuccessful in killing people. Like Mindy, they didn't kill. Chad, the two of them working together could not kill Chad with like 30 stabs or however many it was. I feel like I could beat them in a fight. Oh, there were 3 seasons of Santa Clarita Diet. Oh yeah. Um, Tommy Doyle in Rob Zombie's Halloween was in that. Yeah, very. I was shocked when it got canceled. Thank you, Russell. Yes, please. If you are here right now and you have not liked the stream yet, please give it a like. Definitely helps out the channel. I think we're gonna go for just a few more minutes here. This was a long one. We've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Get a tattoo of the ghost face of your posters, some colors. I don't know. I feel like I want just black ink. All of my tattoos are black ink, so I've never gotten a color tattoo before. Yeah, it's probably just gonna be black. Thanks, Joshua. To be fair, Heretic ticked all my boxes. Horror, lots of dialogue, discussion of faith, Hugh Grant, villain. He was a good villain. Yeah, like I said, it was a good movie. It just, I don't know, it didn't hold my interest that much. Quinn isn't weak. She threw a muscled man through a window. I personally don't think she is the one who killed Brooks. And that's exactly why. Just like you said, Brooks was a muscly man. And they even make a point of saying that, Ghostface says to Gale, guess all those muscles didn't help. I feel like that line of dialogue was thrown in there intentionally to make us pay attention to this scene. Like, I don't think Quinn would have killed Brooks. Same way I don't think Amber killed Dewey. I think in Scream 7 we're going to find out that Stu was behind those kills. Caroline was your favorite character in the Vampire Diaries. Klaus was my favorite Vampire Diaries character of all time. I was so happy when they got the spinoff show. Honestly, the originals might be a better show than the Vampire Diaries. It's so good. Yeah, I do love Bonnie also. Caroline did have the greatest growth in Vampire Diaries. I agree. With all the implications of Stu having absentee parents and it potentially being one of the initial causes of his deviant behavior, how do you imagine Stu's childhood and upbringing? I would imagine it wasn't the best, because for him to turn out to be a psychopath, like, they probably weren't the best parents. Not to say that, like, sometimes people do just end up being psychopaths, and it might not have anything to do with the parents. But I don't know. I would imagine it wasn't the best. I was at a horror fest on Saturday and got to meet David Arquette here in England and got a selfie with him. Nice. I am jealous. I gotta make it to a convention one of these days. I've never been to one. I actually, speaking of Vampire Diaries, I went to a Vampire Diaries convention in New Jersey back in, this was probably 2016. That's the only convention I've ever been to. I got to meet most of the cast, and I have autographs from them. But I gotta meet the Scream cast. I did meet Jamie Kennedy recently. You guys know. I did a video on that, which still doesn't even feel real. Hey Walter, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. We are gonna wrap up in just a couple minutes. Do you like Stranger Things? If you do, how do you rank the seasons? Mine is best to worst, 4, 1, 3, 2. I do. I love Stranger Things. I did recently rewatch it because, in preparation for season 5, which we still don't even know when that's coming out. Like, what is the holdup? How do I rank them? Season 1 is probably my favorite. I feel like a lot of times nothing beats the original. There's just something about, the first season when you really don't know what's going on, and they're like, there's just something magical about season 1 for a lot of shows. So I think 1 is my favorite. I really like season 3 with the whole mall thing. 4 was good. I think my ranking would be 1, 3, 4, 2. So very different from yours. But I love Stranger Things. I have done a couple Stranger Things videos on the channel if you want to check them out. I think I only did like 1, maybe 2. And it was back in the summertime, so you have to scroll back pretty far back on my channel. But once the show comes out, I mean, I'll probably do like a trailer breakdown on the channel. I think the show's releasing in 2 parts, so I'll probably do like a theory video in between the 2 parts, but we'll see. Catherine was probably my favorite Vampire Diaries character. She's a good character. I do love Catherine. I have Catherine's necklace. I also have Elena's necklace and Elena's daylight ring. I did a TikTok like 2 or 3 years ago dressing up as Elena and Catherine. I never posted it to YouTube or anything. Yeah, Stranger Things final season is taking forever. It sucks that, you know, the pandemic threw everything off. Well, actually, that was season 4. Like, season 4 was delayed because of the pandemic. But I guess it also affects season 5. I don't know. I mean, it's gotta come out. Is it coming out this year? Does anyone know? Is Stranger Things coming out in 2025? It better. It has to be. Because, I mean, they wrapped filming, so I don't know. But they have said that, like, every episode is like a movie. So maybe it's taking a lot of editing and stuff. What cast members did you meet from the Vampire Diaries? I met Paul Wesley, Ian Somerhalder. I met Charles Davis, I think is his name. He plays Marcel in the originals. I met the guy who plays Michael, Klaus's dad, Sebastian Roche, I think is his name. He's been in so many things throughout the years. I feel like there was one more that I met, but I can't remember. Stranger Things October of this year. Ooh, October release. Nice. I'd say the first and last season was the best. They were great seasons. Do you think Sidney will be a badass in Scream 7 like she was in 5, or do you think they'll raise the stakes and have her be terrified again? I definitely think she's going to be a badass because that's just who she is now. Like she says in Scream 5, I'm Sidney effing Prescott. But I want to see her be terrified a little bit at some points. Because if she's not terrified, why should we as the audience be terrified, you know? I do like in Scream 5 how she was kind of just like bored of Richie. She really wasn't scared. She was just kind of bored. That was funny. But I don't know. I hope Scream 7's a little scarier, darker. And even though I want to see her be a badass, but I still want to see her be a little bit scared. I just finished season 8 of Dexter. Wow, is that your first time watching? You still have Dexter New Blood and Original Sin to watch before Resurrection comes out. Could you do more Stranger Things videos like theories and your favorite characters? Yeah, I definitely can. Probably as we get closer to the release date, just because right now there's so much. Yellowjackets is almost over, so I definitely will be doing a lot of Yellowjackets stuff until the finale in April. And then Dexter starts up again in June. So that's going to take up a lot of my time doing like the weekly recaps and theory videos for Dexter. So, but yeah, I'll see if I can throw in a Stranger Things video. Catherine and Klaus, best villains. The strangest thing is that it's not out yet. All right, you guys, I think we're gonna call it a day here. We went for just about 2 hours, almost 2 hours, which is amazing. Always a fun time hanging out with you guys and talking Scream. We got into a lot of the Vampire Diaries in this one, and Yellowjackets and Dexter, all of my favorite stuff. Bye, Ray. Thank you, King Bull. Bye, Harvey. Again, just want to say a quick thank you for the past 2 years. Thank you so much. It's been unbelievable just being able to make videos about all of my favorite movies and TV shows. And again, thank you for 15K. We're almost at 16K. So that stream, celebratory 16K stream, will be soon. Bye, Russell. All right. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys soon.